Hello students. In our last session, we had talked about the seed formation. So, after the formation of seed, it needs to germinate to form the seedling, and then after that mature plant will be formed. So, in our today's session, the topic of discussion is seed germination. So, germination is the process where a dormant seed starts to sprout and grows into a seedling in the right conditions. So, students, follow the few words. First one, dormant seed. Dormant seed means when the seed is formed, it will not germinate until it is not getting the proper conditions for germination. So, up to that time, the seed will remain dormant. Then when the proper conditions, suitable conditions for the germination will be available, then the seed starts to form the sprouts and grows into the seedling. Here you can see these all are the seedlings formed from the seeds, activated seeds. So I think you have understood the difference in between the dormant seed and the active seed. Dormant seed, when the seed is not getting the right conditions for the germination, it is in the dormant form, and when the seed is getting the right conditions for the germination, it is in the active form and start growing into the seedling. All seeds can germinate when sown in moist soil under suitable conditions to produce new plants. Already I have told that when the seeds are sown in moist soil, not in the dry soil, because water is a very essential component for the germination. So when it is sown in moist soil and all other suitable conditions are present, all seeds can germinate and can produce new plants. So in your book also you can get the definition of germination, that is written: the initial stages in the growth of a seed to form a seedling is known as germination. So germination is the process in which the seed is formed, and the seed is near to form a seedling. Now always I am talking about the factors or the conditions suitable for germination or required for germination. So here you can see the factors influencing the germination process. First one is water, then oxygen, air mainly, the temperature and the light. Light or darkness you can say. Now here little bit detailing of the factors or conditions for germination. First one is water. It is necessary for the seed to swell and burst open and then to transport food to the growing embryo. Actually, water is playing mainly two functions. First one, in our last session, when I was talking about the structure of the seeds, I've talked about the cotyledon and endosperm. Actually, inside the cotyledon and endosperm, the food is stored for the germination. Now, this food should be used by the growing embryo. Water helps to dilute this food, okay, stored in the cotyledon or endosperm, and help in the transportation also to the growing embryo. Now, another most important function of the water is necessary for the seed to swell up, for the swelling. If the seed is not swelling properly, if the outer coat will be dry, it will not burst open. So that's why through the micropyle, already I've told what is micropyle. It is the gap present out of the seed through which the water enters into the seed. So this through the micropyle, water is going to the seed and help to swelling up of the seed, and this swelling actually help to burst open the seed coat. Seed coat burst and the seed is coming out, or embryo can come out. So water is essential for the seed to swell and burst open and to transport the food to the growing embryo. Next is oxygen. It helps provide the energy needed for growth and development. You all know, without the oxygen, respiration is not possible. So oxygen is needed for the respiration or producing energy, which is needed for the growth and development of the embryo. Now the temperature, different types of seeds need different ranges of temperature. Mainly the optimum temperature for the seed germination is 15 to 30 degrees centigrade. However, seed can germinate from near 0 degree to 40 degrees centigrade. So this is the range 0 to 40, but in between 15 to 30 is the optimum range. Means in that temperature the seed can grow most. Last one is light. Actually, you know, seed is sown under the soil. So inside the soil, no light can reach. So light is not required for germination of most seeds. Light actually facilitates the growth of the embryo into the seedling by increasing the soil temperature. You know, sunlight helps in increasing the temperature of everything. So actually light indirectly helps in the seed germination. It increasing the soil temperature and helps in germination of seeds. Once the young shoot breaks through, it is needed to the plant, because you know, when the shoot is coming out from the soil, obviously it is sunlight is required for the photosynthesis. But before that, sunlight is not too much required for the germination directly. Next is the germination process. Germination process you can see step by step here also in this picture. First, this one is seed that is sown inside the soil. After that, embryo is moist soil, obviously absorbing the water. The seed coat can burst. The seed can burst open, swell up, and the embryo can come out. Then you know, embryo contains mainly two parts. Down one is known as radicle, that is the embryonic root, and upper one is known as the embryonic shoot or plumule. So first the embryonic root or radicle is coming out to the soil, and after that cotyledon is withered off. this one, you can see this one seed coat is removed off. This one is the making the root system, the radicle. After that it is going up the plumule or the embryonic shoot. It forms the shoot system, and at last you can see the foliage leaves are coming out, and the plant can perform the photosynthesis. Till then the cotyledon is present to supply the food to the growing embryo. After that cotyledon can wither off. So here step by step you can see a seed with a tiny embryo inside remains in the ground until the conditions are right for the seed to germinate. After the seed coat splits, the embryo root begins to grow into the soil. Now the embryo can get water. Food in the seed, mainly that is stored in the cotyledon or endosperm, feeds the embryo as the shoot grows upward the light. Shoot is growing upward the ground or soil. The stem grows, leaves develop and roots spread in the soil. Now the seedling can make its own food. That time the cotyledon can wither off. Till then the cotyledon is present in the seed. Now here one experiment is there that is known as growing seeds experiment. You can also try at your home. So for that you will need pea and bean seed. Any of the seed you can take. A glass or clear plastic pot, cotton wool, tissue or soil. Soil is little bit difficult for you first time. So you can take cotton wool or tissue that is wet. Obviously that is moist or wet. So what you have to do step by step is it shown. In a pot you have to take the cotton, then you have to put the water to make it wet. Then inside this cotton, wet cotton, you have to put 2 wet seeds or moist seeds, not dry one, moist seeds. Okay, after few days you can see that from that moist seed the radicle and plumule is coming out, that is the embryonic shoot and root, and this is formed. This after that this forms actually the new leaves and root system and the shoot system. Obviously you have to keep putting the water inside this cotton, otherwise the seed will become dry and you will not get these structures. So you can try this experiment at your home. Okay students, so today we have discussed about the germination process. So next class we will discuss about the types of germination. Till then, bye and have a nice day students.